Okay guys, here we go. We're back with another video. So background is purple because we're doing Transcendent tier list. So we have S for the best, and then we have A tier, G for good, M for mediocre, B for bad, and F for the failures, basically. So here we go. We're starting off with Natalie. She is a super, she's really good. She's good with Vulcan. She's like a really good tenant. She does some pretty good damage. She removes debuffs. She gives the other team debuffs. Like, she's a really good helper. I feel like she is a straight up A tier. She's a really good helper for Vulcan, and you can use her with other teams. Yorm Tom. So this hero is pretty good. He's very new. He is decent. He does some chip damage here and there. He goes a lot of turns. He does mainly single target damage, which is not the best, but I feel like he goes in the good tier. Like, the next hero we got is Gaggy, and he is a new hero, and he's not the best hero. Like, he's a decent hero for Geister, but like not much people use Geister, so I feel like he is definitely a low tier hero. He's a failure indeed. So he's a strip F tier. First F tier of the day. Our next hero we got on the tier list is Betty, which she is an absolute dominant hero. She has so much CC. She's really good in PvP. That's the mode where she shines. She's good in campaign and other game modes as well. Her core is amazing. She's an absolute S tier. Geister, which he is, his skin really looks really good, but he's not the best damage dealer. So I feel like he has to go in the B tier. He's not much people use him. He's not the best. There's so much more better heroes. Next hero we got on the list is Alamak. This guy is dominant. He gives up shields every single time he blocks. He's one of the best defense heroes in the game, or the best defense hero in the game by far. He's an absolute S tier. He's a monster in the game. A little bit behind Betty, but he's still the absolute monster. Elena. She is very, very good. She gives dodge. She gives all kinds of different kind of neat buffs. She's really, really good. She's a good tenant for Aspen. She's a good temp for some other people. She's just an absolute monster. So yeah, she is above Natalie. Here we go. Natalie's still good, but she's just an insane hero. Next hero we got is Vulcan. Our boy Vulcan. He's my favorite hero in the game. He is like the best hero in the game, in my opinion. The absolute monster of the whole entire game. He is an absolute S tier.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. He's just the monster of them all. Betty's close, but no one could beat the best damage dealer in the game. Is Arania, which I've seen her more in PvP, more and more. Her Destiny skills are really good. They help her out a ton. She's not half bad. I've seen teams where they build Alamak, Elena, Natalie, like Fessa, and then Arania, and it's a full defense team with Arania, and she actually burns out teams. She beat my team, which had Vulcan and a Betty, so she can take down some teams. She's really strong when she gets Destiny. Like, she used to be like kind of meh, but now I feel like she's a solid A tier hero. Next hero we got is Azrael. This guy is Azrael, so basically, he's not the best hero, but he dies. Whenever he dies, he gives out some buffs. You never see him anywhere because no one rocks him. He's an absolute F tier hero. He does mess stuff. Why would you? There's so many problems with him, because you build him and then he's supposed to die in the Freya, which is absolutely amazing. She gives out poison, she gives out down destruction, she gives out a lot of buffs to your team. She's a really good defense hero. She helps out your team a ton. she is an absolute A-tier hero. She's above a few heroes. She's really, really good. I'll put her right here in the list. Is Mockman, an absolute monstrous damage dealer. He's one of the top 3 damage dealers, which is right now Vulcan, Mockman, and Aspen. But he is a really good hero. He's good early game. He does a lot of damage. He has 2 different modes, which is like a damage mode and defense mode. He's really, really good. In my opinion, he's an absolute S-tier hero. We'll put him behind AMAC though. I feel like he's right here. The new hero we got is Star Alchemist Holmes Young. He was one of my favorite heroes to start off the game because when I started off the game, I built my Holmes Young E5, but then I never got the Transcendence version. I switched to Vulcan, but in the future I might rock him. He's a pretty cool hero, honestly. He gives some crowd control, but since Bay's out, he's not that good anymore, so I feel like he dropped down a bit. I feel like now he's just mediocre now, but I still really like him. Honestly, I feel like we switch these right here. I'm gonna drop Yormtum to mediocre and put Stark Miss Holmes Young at good tier. Next here we got is Eos. She is a Tamper Vulcan. She's like, when she dies, she gives off some buffs. Like, I don't see her as the best hero. Put her at B tier. Aspen, which he's absolutely amazing. He gives out fear to back line. He's really good against bosses. But the mode where he lacks the most is PvP. I've used him in PvP. He's still not too bad, but I've gotten like a monstrous guy. He doesn't do the most damage. He's the best for like bosses and stuff, which is really strong. He's decent for a campaign. He's not half bad. But honestly, I'm gonna put him A tier. He's the top of A tier though. He's top of A tier. His big brother Vulcan's gonna look down on him, okay? Here's the next hero, guys. Vesa. So, Vesa is a really good support. She's really amazing. She's still not as good as Ailmac, but she's still like, she used to be like the best hero until more heroes came out. Now she's a little down now, but she's still a really good hero. Gives out some healing, gives out some shields, gives out some good support stuff. She's a really good support early game. We'll put her at good tier. Jara. She used to be the most overpowered person in the game until more heroes started coming out with more speed and start outspeeding her. And she started getting worse and worse. She used to have the best CC. She has CC teams absolutely destroyed. But she's gotten a little lower. Now she's just mediocre now. Next here we got is Asmodel. This guy is pretty good. He's a warrior. He does some good damage. His active is pretty good. He gives us some shields to a team, which is not too bad. He gives those nice little shields. He's a pretty good damage dealer. He's like a decent damage dealer. I'll put him at good tier. He's just pretty good. He sometimes does that active skill, which absolutely wipes out the field. That's super satisfying. He's fun to use, but he's still just good. It's Queen. She's like the second hero. Like after you get Aspen, she's the next hero you get, just like Natalie and Vulcan. She's really good. Whenever you get her, if you get her really high, her pings are massive. So basically, whenever you hit, everyone on your team gets pings. So whenever they hit you, you ping back. It's really, really good. And if you get her high enough speed, you make her go first. She gives out her active skill. And then you make your auto damage dealer go, and your team does way more damage. She gives out ping, and she does that. She's a solid S tier hero. I feel like above Mockman. That's what we're putting. I feel like Mockman, honestly, I don't think he's an S tier. So we'll drop him down a little bit. I messed up with the S tier. Honestly, he's not as good as Aspen, so we'll drop him down here. But after those corrections, here we go to the next hero, Sia. Sia used to be the dominant hero, really the best hero in the game for the longest time until Aspen started coming out, Vulcan started coming out, all the damage dealers started to come out, and she started getting lower and lower. But I've still used her in Star Arena, and she has some crazy dodge effects, which are insane. Like, she's like super low, like on 1 HP, and she just dodges every single attack. Which, for that reason, she's not too bad, but she got nerfed a ton apart in the mediocre tier. Guys, comment down below what tier list I should do next, and yeah, and what background as well. And we will see you guys on the next video.